Alrighty, got a meeting tomorrow with Darcy Deal, if I pronounced her name correctly. It's at the Kenton office. It is CAC or HHWP CAC. They minister the HEAP program, which is part PIPP, PIPP, as well as water assistance. I think they also do other things. But first, I'm going to play a recording of a conversation I had with one of their officers back in July, I believe. And I think it's problematic. Here it goes. I'll be pausing the recordings to make sure my social isn't given out. Here we go.
Action Division. If you know the extension number of the person you wish to reach, you may dial it at any time. Community Action, this is Alyssa. How may I help you?
Hi, Alyssa. I want to preface this by saying I'm an idiot. The reason I'm an idiot is because I wrote down the phone number for Darcy at the Hardin County's office at least twice, and I've lost it twice. So would you be so kind to give me the Hardin County phone number?
I absolutely would. I will tell you she is out of the office today, though.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, I have to set up an appointment there before the 13th of August, if it's possible, or I can do the walk-in time. Also, I have not received any status on my water bill status. I got the stuff in a couple weeks ago, and I haven't gotten a letter or a call to tell me about the status. They didn't turn my water off, so that's a good sign, but nonetheless.
Right. All right. So, bear with me real quick. What is... Looks like on 7/22, she uploaded something in for the water. So, I'm assuming, Community Action agrees to pay the sum of $188.11 to the water department. Does that sound correct?
Okay.
All right. And what did you need to make an appointment for?
Okay, so every time I get a disconnect notice, I have to bring my water bill in?
Yes. Unfortunately, the funding we have right now is capped at $500.
Okay.
So once you meet that $500, we're not able to assist anymore.
So that's at best 5 months of help. Okay, I needed that to know to complete a finalized budget. So thanks for that. Now the reason
You're
I need
welcome.
an appointment is I have to report a payment of received unemployment compensation benefit. I'm not regularly receiving it, but I did receive 3 weeks worth, and I have to report it before the 12th. Well, within 30 days, and that would be the 12th.
Or report it for what? Your HEAP and your PIPP?
Yeah, wasn't I? That's what I was when I read the paperwork and talked to Darcy. She said if I get any type of extra income, regardless of the source, I had to report it. I'm not going to receive regular unemployment, which I have to try to explain to the folks at SNAP, which they don't quite seem to get. Hopefully I'll start getting regular unemployment because $257 a week is nice, but I'm not prepared yet. I don't have everything set up. I have to juggle my book. But I got to report that $771. That's what I'm required to do. I received it on July 13th.
And you're not going to receive any more.
Not until I get my resume caught up and a budget to determine how I can do that. Because to be quite frank, $257 a month may not satisfy all my creditors.
A week.
Like the gas, electric, and all that stuff, which is going to put me, receiving a lot less benefit. Yeah, I got to do
less assistance.
See which is the best route to go. And I didn't know what the water was until just now. I mean, I'm getting $1,197 for unemployment. It is true, $257
Social Security.
a week would be nice, but it's a futile exercise. Nobody's going to hire me. I have no transportation. I'd have to work from home, and my last employer discharged me, and my credit's in the toilet. So I'm not a hireable person at the age of 62. It just ain't going to happen. But I can jump through the hoops if that's what's best for me financially. But I can do the math now. But is my income reported then by just talking to you?
Nope, you would have to fill out a new application. At that point, since that money was received, we would have to re-verify your PIP, which you said you received how much?
Well, that's another problem I'm having with Columbia Gas, which I could, it's a nightmare. The PIP, I was $29 each month. But I thought it was going to be reevaluated anyway, because when they did it, I hadn't received my first Social Security check. But it was going to be $89 when I had.
I think it was 69. It might be 89.
But I had. And they said, oh, you haven't got that check yet. It's $29 a month.
Correct.
So I guess I just have to set an appointment or get that up.
When are you going to start receiving the Social Security?
I started it. I received my first check 4 days after, or on. I received it early than anticipated. 2 or 3 days after my last appointment with Darcy, whenever that was. It wasn't supposed to arrive until the 18th of July. It arrived on the 5th, and I'm pretty sure it was like 4 days after my appointment. I think I was there. Yeah, I was 3 days. I was there on the 2nd.
Okay.
Well, you're testing my memory now. It's not that great anymore.
Gotcha. Alright, so the first appointment Darcy has is going to be on Monday, August 19th at 1:45.
Well, that's after the 30 days. Am I going to be in trouble?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. When did you do your PIP? You only have to re-verify that once a year.
Yeah,
So
well,
when were you in?
it was 7/2, July 2nd, while I was in there. I have the verification letter that says an hour, but I have to report the income, right? I can't just.
No,
No?
you can do it. You can do it in a year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh. So I don't have to report any income with this.
No, we reevaluate yearly. You can if you want. I will warn you that your monthly payments are going to go up.
Now, I know they were going to go
But
up.
it's only a requirement to redo the application once a year.
Okay. Then I'm going to argue with SNAP. Oh, I do want to tell you one little thing. I think Columbia Gas is real prejudiced against PIPP boys because I had some really funky stuff trying to make my payments happen.
I did.
The online version of what I owe didn't match the paper bill that I received. And when I went to make my second payment, they said I used a bank account that I didn't use. My note says I used my regular bank account, so they sent it to a bank I don't even have money in anymore. And when I went to check my settings, they didn't even have my bank information entered, which I knew I entered before. So I might be just paranoid and a big conspiracy believer, but ever since I started on PIPP, Columbia Gas has done some weird things with my bill. I don't know if your folks at also get assistance check pay through online or not, but yeah, it was real odd. They said I owed a double payment, but the bill said I owed $29, and then when I went to pay it on time, I get a notice this weekend that the bank they sent it to, well, didn't have the funds, and it was supposed to be kicked back, and I checked the bank it was supposed to go to, and sure enough, it didn't go through there. So I called them. I'm waiting to see what the balance ends up to be. I gotta wait for my next Social Security check to pay it now because I had assumed it went through the correct bank. I don't know. If it gets funkier, I'll let you folks know. I don't know if anybody cares, but it seems rather odd that I'm having problems paying a PIPP bill for Columbia Gas.
What's your... Let me look into
I think that's the last time I gave my social.
Yeah, I called them yesterday, and the balance now shows $29 that was
showing your PIP payment plan is $58.
It's 29 on the form, but they got bumped up. Or is that what it's saying?
Right.
I owe them, or?
It's showing your payment plan installment amount is $58.
That was an error.
It's showing that
Paperwork shows
actually
29.
Okay, so there was a payment on July 10th, and there was another payment on the 29th. They were both $29 payments.
It's straightened out now, but it took a lot of effort. I had to,
I got the state of Ohio notice of determination.
Right.
So it's $29 a month.
I will send Darcy a message when she comes into the office tomorrow and check into this. It might be something on our end that Columbia Gas didn't get it, but from what I can see, it's $58. And that would be why you keep getting weird stuff going on that the numbers aren't matching.
Well, the
Because
paper
the
bill
computer system isn't acting up.
okay, because the paper bill says $29. There was no past due to anything. That's what the paper bill says. I kept it just because it didn't match what was online.
Right. All right. Yes, I will send her a message. What's a good phone number for you?
567-429-9383.
All right.
Alrighty, well then I look forward to
Give us a couple days. Give us a couple days to figure this out. Like I said, she's out of the office today, so but we'll look into it for you. Okay?
Alright, well thank you very much. I guess I shouldn't have mentioned anything to let things alone.
Well, no, because it'll get more confusing if we don't address it when it's first caught. So I appreciate you saying something. Okay?
Yeah, so letter said $29, but like I said, bill said $29, but online it says $29 now. But it doesn't have that return check, so you saw 58. Alright,
Well, and that return check could be part of the problem going on.
well yeah.
So, yeah, we'll check into it. We'll check into it and give you a call in a couple days, okay?
Thanks for your time today. You've made it
You're
helpful.
welcome.
Bye now.
Bye. Have a good day.
Oh, can I just
too late. Alrighty. At the middle of that, you did see that she said I didn't have to report any income changes. And that is why I have a lot of chats with Brandy. Let's see, I think her Chief Financial Officer. She talked to me and my caseworker, the other caseworker, Stacy Ruffett. She's in there too. Alrighty, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to pause this for a second while I grab the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services unemployment record and then continue on. I'll be back. And now I'm back. Now you'll see there's a lot of back and forth. Stacy Ruffett, my caseworker for SNAP. And Brandy, again, Chief Financial Officer. And what was hang on a second, Chief Financial Officer, HHWP, HHWP County Action Committee. Now, I told her that I had a recording, and this is what she said regarding what Alyssa told me. Investigated and the matter is now closed. Well, what? I don't see anything here that says I don't have to, in any of these chains, that I don't have to report any income, that I can keep my mouth shut and pay $29 a month. I can get my landlord caught up in a real quick and then get some of the things that I have in the house that I need to pay for, which is what I was working for unemployment, doing the unemployment, catch that up. And now I'm going to bring up unemployment. This is unemployment. Now what we are going to look at is claim summary payments. Now here's a couple things. Now notice my weekly payment is $257. Now for the PIPP plan, we're going to go back 30 days worth of income. So we got the 14th, the 7th, 31st, and the 24th. 8/17 is more than 30 days ago. So 4 times, well, let's get the calculator up. Four times 257 is 1028. Plus my Social Security, 1197. And that shows that the past 30 days I had $2,225 worth of income. So we go to, we'll talk about these laws and rules. Okay, that's the application. Here it is. Am I eligible for HEAP? 2196. 2225. Alrighty, I am over that. But take a look what the number is where I start being eligible. So let's say I just received 3 weeks of unemployment, which means this would have 257 less. And then I make it. I qualify. So I can do like 2, 3 weeks, or even 1 week a month and still qualify for PIPP, but I'd have to be processed all over again a week. And also I'd have to be processed with SNAP benefits. Now that's important because I'm going to go back to my unemployment. You don't need the calculator anymore. Alrighty. Now show here my benefit year end date, 5/31/2025. And it began 6/2/2024. So that means I can get the benefits all the way out to May 31st of this year, which means if I wanted to spread it out, I wouldn't claim it every single week. But I have been having problems with SNAP, which is why, let's go back to this from my caseworker. I was arguing back and forth regarding unemployment not being steady because they were going under, and there's several phone calls I've got with this, where her and her supervisor both say, and I still don't know her supervisor's name, both stated that it's either on or off. You're either receiving it every single week or you're not receiving it all. And I said, no, that's not the way it's set up. And that is why I think this is true. I mean, obviously, I would not receive $257 every single week all the way out to May 31st. I would run out of money here, this remaining balance. Let's just see. Let's put the calculator back up. Where's the calculator? It is 4369 divided by 257 equals 17 weeks. Well, 17 weeks from now isn't May 31st. So I was thinking it's in my best interest to spread it out. Use it when I need to. That way it would give me benefits when I need to, and they would just have to calculate it back and forth. Well, that was the argument with Stacy Reffitt. And that is why I got this one saying that these following laws apply. So I am on those sections. Here's the food resistance reporting requirements. Now, I think this is the one with the specific word we argued about. No, this is the recertification process. And I think this is the one. Anticipated income. This is where Stacy got adamant that the calculations are either on or off. It is not as you need it to. It can't be calculated that way. But I read this. Now I'm going to reread it again, but then it goes all the way through anticipated monthly. How is monthly or semi-monthly income of varying amounts anticipated? An assistant group receiving income on recurring monthly or semi-monthly basis should not have varied merely because of changes in mailing cycles or pay dates. That's not the case. I would have different amounts of payments. Now, when should actual? Okay, Okay, that's that. When is income averaged? Except for destitute, which read a monthly basis. To average income, we shall use assistant group's anticipations of income fluctuations over the certification period. So, here's where it could. So they use averages with regular month or contractor self-employment anticipated. So as far as I can tell, it shows here that I don't have to, looking at what I see from the state agencies, I do not have to file for unemployment every single week. And they are saying, yes, I do. I either stop or I apply every single week. But I don't see anything in here where it doesn't show that they can have to recertify because my income has changed every single month and I can manipulate it. I don't know if it's just wanting to be lazy. In other words, they don't want to do the math every single month. I don't understand. As I showed in an earlier video, there's actually forms that they put out where you could report your income monthly. It is literally there. It gives you a worksheet, how to calculate it, and then a form to submit. But Stacy and I and Stacy's supervisor, one of the recordings says she's a supervisor, says that's not true. So tomorrow, alrighty, I have read this. Now, I am not eligible for HEAP. That's going to be turned off. It should be, unless I go in there and they say, nope, you don't have to come back. We're going to leave it at $29 a month. See you next July. Everything's fine. It shouldn't be that way. I should be honest in reporting income. I don't know what that Alyssa's deal was. I don't know if she was avoiding work. I don't know if she thought she was helping me. I don't know if she was setting a trap to burn me if I didn't report my income. But like I said, I got tons of recordings of phone calls. Now, that's my sign in. Okay, that's showing that. Let me see if everything. Okay, here's the application. I'm not going to fill out an application because, I'm sorry. This is not an application. When I was researching the Ohio's administrative code for PIPP and HEAP, I came across some laws and I think it's in the definitions. I think it's this one. Nope, that's food assistance. Food assistance. Food assistance. Definitions. This is the start of the stuff for PIPP. And this is where I came up with this. I seen this. Annual LIHEAP plan, which is put out by a director of some sort every year. LIHEAP. Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program Plan. The reason I wanted to have that is because in the laws that they discuss, the PIPP, they say that there are exceptions to income and it would be on that plan. And I couldn't find it online anywhere, but I reached out to that Brandy and she sent me it right here. So I definitely have not read all of this because once I realized that my monthly income it does not qualify, there's no point on reading further. I already knew that. But it could. If I did 3 weeks, I'd apply. If I did 2 weeks, or if I got 1 week, or I got none weeks. I think none weeks, I don't know if my memory, I thought it was $69, but it might have been $89, a $60 difference. That would have been that would just be Social Security. That's what it was calculated originally. But as you can tell, it would be valid if I got 3 unemployment checks, 2 unemployment checks, or 1 unemployment check in a month. And according to what I see in unemployment, I should be able to do that. But I'm being hamstringed. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's people not wanting to do the work every single month, or there's some sort of scam going on. Maybe they're siphoning money that's supposed to go to people needing help and going to corporations somewhere else. I don't know. But I put out the recording. It clearly shows that person told me that I didn't have to report any income, but I want to be honest and report everything honestly, so that's why everything's recorded. So, I'll be headed to see her tomorrow. Darcy. Darcy's been great. I think Darcy has been telling me straight the entire time. And it's just this Alyssa person that threw the conversation awry because it conflicted with what Darcy told me. And then when I talked to this Brandy person, they say it didn't happen. And that's why I think that's why I think I showed her another recording earlier. And that's why she now is very curt and direct. And it was real nice. I mean, I didn't expect to get that document within an hour or two, and I did. Alrighty, well, I'll update tomorrow when I find out exactly what's going on. And how about reporting? I'm obviously not going to be off the program. I certainly hope that means the next billing cycle. That way I can use 1 or 2 unemployment checks to pay back utilities. And then, of course, there's other creditors. And, of course, this is going to delay catching up my rent. It's tough being poor. Well, y'all have a great day.